can you say your full name and where you're from?
My full name is David Matty Rastovich, and I live near Byron Bay.
Alright, so Dave, you've been to the festival a couple of times before, have you?
A couple of years ago I was involved in the summit, which was a really good experience to speak on conservation issues to heads of the surf industry, and then also played music. I've had probably one of my funnest musical experiences was jamming here at the festival site a few years ago, so I'm here to do the same thing this year.
How do you find the place and the space and the festival spirit? What's Noosa to you?
Well, I really like the fact that you can walk out here and see koalas, and you can surf with everyone, and there's pretty much every kind of craft imaginable and every kind that you can't even imagine out there, which is really cool. And yeah, like this thing. And then there's a contest going on which satisfies 0.5 of the population, because in reality surfing is just a leisure activity for 99.9% of the surfing population. So it's kind of cool that you've got all these headlands, and then in the very inside one there's a contest going on for people who want to be into a contest scenario. So I think, and it has its place, so I think it's really great that it's holistic in that way, where you can have things going on at night with music and art and inner workings of surf culture, but also in the day you can surf all day if you can physically handle it on these long waves, or you can surf in a contest. So I like that.
What kind of surf craft have you brought with yourself? What are you riding these days?
I've been riding twin fins and fishes, and then this thing that we're sitting on is called an Olo, and it's just been shaped by myself, Tom Wegner, and another buddy, Toom, who's a violin maker, and we made it last week, and it's a solid Polonia finless behemoth of a board.
And it smells good too.
It does, which is good, because I don't think anyone here is really showering or looking after personal hygiene.
So they just come and rub up against it?
Yeah, maybe. So it's good, this is a great place to have a vessel like this. It's not a surfboard, it's like a small ship. So
watch out.
I tried to take it out yesterday, and it was an adventure, and I think I'm still kind of reeling from the effects of the journey on it. And that's kind of what's going on here, I think, is that there's a lot of open-mindedness with everyone's approach to surfing, and I think that's healthy.
So the festival has become this real melting pot of the old dog surfers and the young hot surfers, and people just coming to check it out from all over the world. What do you think your place is in it, and how do you like that?
Judging my position from my position is very hard. I don't have any idea how I'm perceived, but I just like hanging on the periphery of things. So I very much enjoy just sitting out and observing what's going on, and kind of being on the periphery. So I think that's where I fit. I just kind of get some waves, cruise, and actually have more of a social agenda when I come here. It's not really about going surfing a lot and thrashing and going for waves and blah blah blah. It's nice just to catch up with a lot of people, and especially people who are from the older generations, who are open and willing to share stories, and who have that sparkle in their eye. To me that's a really inspiring element of this festival, is that you've got people who are still devoting a lot of their life to being in the ocean, and you can see that physically they're wrecked. Like all of us, we're just we're pushing our bodies every day in the sun and the elements, but I'm fearful of saying spiritually, but perhaps it is a spirit thing, where their spirit is really strong. Everyone's spirit in those older generations who have surfed their whole life and continue to live a beach life have a strong spirit. And so I dig that. I think that's really, really
still
cool.
Aspire to it.
Yeah, it's awesome. There's a spirit in there that's that hasn't faded in any way, so it's great. Well,
you were saying that you like to kind of hang on the periphery, and you've done that just recently, a few months ago, with your Transparency voyage. Sailed down the periphery of the Australian coast for a month, was it? 30 days. That's obviously was a bit of a spiritual journey for you. How did that change your perspective on things, being in the ocean even more than you usually are?
I think our transparency voyage, 36 days being immersed in the sea and with whales, was yet again another clarification of what I am inspired to do with my life.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yep, this is what I want to do. I want to fuse surfing, I want to fuse music, camping, being out of mainstream society, and also be dealing with coastal and ocean issues.
Yeah, making
and
a contribution.
Trying in whatever way I think I can to help and give out a little, because as surfers, and especially myself, I feel like I get given a lot. I'm very, very fortunate to be able to do what I do, so it feels like a trip like that is a nice balancing act of giving out and putting out as equally, if not more, than how much I received. So
yeah,
that
right.
was an amazing trip, and everyone involved in that journey was completely altered. Everyone came back with a clearer outlook on their life and the courage to go with whatever it was that was lying beneath the surface before the trip, perhaps.
Yeah.
Like, I'd always wanted to do certain things in my life before that trip, and then when I came back I just kind of went straight for it and realised that you just really got to go for those things that seem really important to you. So, yeah.
And you came back as these crazy sea bears on Bondi Beach.
We were pretty alien when we finished. We were all pretty tripped out.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think it's probably because of the company more than anything, because we're all pretty strange characters and we're confined to each other's company for quite a while. So I think just naturally that's going to change our character and bring out the weirdo and our weird group.
Close in more ways imaginable. Okay, so that sums up. I guess the festival is all about, we have a motto for it: life is better when you surf.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
life is better when you surf.
Yeah, how does that? How do you reflect on that?
In my life, I'm very fortunate, but I've also gone through things in my life that are very challenging and hard periods where, to me, surfing has been like second mum. Like just comes along and puts you in your arms and tells you it's all right and looks after you, And so I've had some really great moments where I've felt overwhelmed or freaked out or just bumming out on something, and just gone to the ocean and not necessarily caught waves, but just gone to the ocean consistently and been changed for the better from doing that. So that whole concept of life is better when you surf, to me, is definitely true, but maybe in a different way. Yeah. For me, everyone's surfing experience is different. I guess we're just bloody lucky to even have the choice to go surfing.
Yeah.